just preached a 45-minute sermon on circumcision and treadmills. Technically, the text was Romans chapter 4, verses 9 through 16. I think I might have said that circumcision word 492 times. Hang on, I struggled. I wondered, is this a text that I should preach on a Sunday? Because you know what? I had guests coming and imagining somebody bringing, hey, you want to come to my church? And it's their first time. And then they're reading like me talking about this. Like, what? This is like the worst time to bring somebody. Or is it? Look, I thought about ditching it for something else, but I asked myself, wait a minute. But if Paul is highlighting something and talking about this, and he's like beating it to death, then there has to be something to it. And that means there's something that needs to be beat into our hearts for us to be able to see just what is the point. And the whole thing was about salvation and in our works. That's why I said it was like, for them, circumcision, following the law, like the Jews in the early church and some others, it's like you're trying to win a race by running on a treadmill. Like it's all this effort, but it's going to get you nowhere. And for them, it was that. For us, it's different. For us, it's the comparison trap. For us, it could be 1,000 things that we need to do to make God happy, do to be blessed, do so that he'll let us into heaven. But then we've already missed the point because we're so focused on ourselves and what we can do. We're not putting our attention and focus on what Jesus has done. And that's where salvation comes from, is trusting in what Jesus has done. So we got to learn to get off the treadmill and walk with God. And also, choosing to preach on tough verses, in my heart, my goal is to teach people not to be lazy with their reading. There's somebody that if they could have, that would have been your verse for your daily devotion, they would have been like, yeah, this verse is moving on. But no, it's like, I don't want people to be lazy in their reading. I want people to, when they even see a weird text, I'm like, okay, what is the whole point? Why does he keep on talking about this? But if he's repeating himself, then there must be something God wants to communicate. So don't be lazy with your reading. There's some verses that maybe at the front end, you'll be like, I don't get it. There's a lot of tools out there to help. If you have a question, put it in the chat. What's a Bible verse that you have always been confused about? You think it's super weird. Why would God even communicate it? All right. So put it in the chat. Let me know which is the one. I'd love to be able to help you. All right. But don't be lazy with your reading. Get off your treadmill. And circumcision of the heart. It's all that matters, is believing in Jesus. And that's how we're saved.